Alright, so now that you've created your intro video using YouTube, or if you've just posted or found a video on YouTube that you'd like to use in your class, you want to go ahead and move it from YouTube into your course so that you can post it as a news item or post it to your content section. So how do we go about doing that? Well, there's two ways. You can simply come down here and take a look at share and use a link. But what I prefer is to actually come over here and use the embed code. Embed code's a little different because you can be specific on the size that you want to use. If you click on show more, so we're looking at embed and then the show more section, you can see that we actually have some options as to the size of our video. Now, if it's a low resolution video, there'll just be one size, but if you uploaded a high def video or if you recorded with a high def webcam, then you're going to have options as far as how big you go with your video, as far as the height and the width. So when we're posting it in Momentum, I usually like to stay in the 500 to 600 range, and let me show you why. If you grab 560 by 315, then you can come up here and highlight this and copy it. And I'll show you the difference between choosing a low width and height versus going a little bit bigger. So we grab this code and copy it. You can just do Control-C, or you can right-click and click Copy. And you'll notice I have YouTube open in one tab. I'm going to move over to my class that I have open in another tab. And on the home page, I can just simply click the little drop-down arrow next to News and then add a new news item. I want to come in here and add a headline. Welcome. Welcome to ADA Compliance Training. And then you'll notice this very first button on the HTML editor. When I hover, it says Insert Stuff. This is the Insert Stuff button. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Insert Stuff. And had I just grabbed that link for the video, I could just copy and paste that here. But I used embed code, so I'm going to click on Enter Embed Code, and then I'm going to paste what I copied. And click on Next. And then click Insert. And then Publish. And boom. Now it's a news item. So if I click on up here on the title of my course, it takes me back to the home page and I can see how my video displays. Now we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to move over to our content section. So if we click on Materials, click on the Content section, then you'll see all of these modules that we've set up. Under New, I can simply create a new file, and it's going to give me a brand new HTML page. So in essence, I'm going to just follow the same steps that I did on the home page. On the home page, I created a new news item. In content, I'm creating a new file. And then again, instead of a headline, I would just give it a title. So we'll call this intro video. And you'll see that there's an Insert Stuff button here as well. So I just click Insert Stuff, enter embed code, and then I can copy and paste my embed code, click Next, click Insert, and I could publish it, but I want to show you the difference between a video that was, what did we have, 560 by 315? What if I bump that all the way up to 1280 by 720? I'm going to copy this new code with the new size, copy, or you could right click and say copy, and then come back over to my class. I'm simply going to click into the body of my new page, click enter so I'm on a new line, go back to Insert Stuff, and enter the new embed code with the larger video. So it's the same video, I'm just changing the dimensions of it. Click Insert, and look at that. It is way too big. That is way too big. But when I publish, you can see the difference in the dimensions. And so I really wanted to just highlight the fact that you can embed these videos in your course, but you just want to be considerate of the appropriate size. I would say for content, it would be better for it to be more around 800. 500 is great for that news item section. Over 1,000 is going to be way too big for your content. But if we go back and we change that to, let's say, 853 by 480, let's copy that. Let's go back to our class, and we can simply edit the HTML. I'm going to delete both of these. and insert the embed code that has the size that's kind of middle of the road. And you can see that's a good display size. It fits the width of this new HTML page. And so when I update it, this is what students will see. So if you come back to the module, here's the example intro video. When I click on it, it's a nice width for the browser, and that's what students will be able to see. Rather than simply placing a link in your class that opens up in a new window or a new tab, the students are going to see the content directly in your course. So I hope that you find it useful. Using videos on your homepage, using videos in your content section, it's a really great way for you to create online presence and let your students see you, especially if it's a fully online web course. Thank you very much, and again, remember to contact CTED if you have any questions.